Hey, I'm Pat, and welcome to my whiskey den. We got special guest Chad Pacia here from Atlanta, up from his journey, going all the way through the States.
Yep.
He stopped at even Cody Road, I heard.
Yes, I did. It was a good time. Went through the distillery tour, had a lot of their stuff. Got some of the Irish whiskey, which is all corn whiskey.
You are holding out on me, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I did. But no, I had a lot of good stuff there. So if you ever get the chance, check it out. If you, for some reason, are in LeClaire, Iowa, or in Iowa, go over and check out Cody Road Distillery.
Yep, and I was Mississippi River Distilling.
Or sorry, Mississippi River Distilling. Yeah, they're on Cody Road. I
gotcha.
Why they're called, their products are Cody Road. But yeah, Mississippi River Distilling.
It's a whiskey channel. That's the way I think too.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
But that's not what we're here today for.
No.
We're here today to review J. Henry and Sons Bellefontaine release.
Ooh.
This is the one they did with Nancy Fraley.
Ooh, nice.
They took their 5-year-old release and then finished in cognac barrels, which I find pretty unique because cognac isn't one you hear too much of. So I was really excited to see this buzz. Plus, like I always say, if Nancy Fraley touched it, it's probably pretty decent.
Good. Yeah, it's probably pretty good.
You probably aren't gonna mind getting a bottle of it.
No,
it's gonna turn out good for you.
Yeah,
So this is one I've been waiting for a long time to bring on the show, and Chad was here. I thought it was something special.
Yeah.
Now you haven't had the 7-year. You will in a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we were just talking about that before off camera, but. I thought this was I thought it changed the finish from the normal 5-year.
Okay.
But I like the 5-year cask strength. Oh, stats. Forgive me. We got some stats here. There are stat hounds.
We'll fix that in the edit.
Yes.
He'll fix it in the edit. I don't know what this we is, but anyway.
No, I'm just going to let it go. This is from batch number 2. It's bottle number 2594, and it comes in at 51.25%. So respectable. It's run a couple double golds at a few places, so it hasn't gone unnoticed, if you would.
Absolutely, yeah.
But this is another one that originally, as their standard release, I believe is a very good representation of just a very solid. An extremely solid bourbon from Wisconsin.
Gotcha.
But like a classic version.
Right.
Classic version. Other people have little plays and stuff, and this is their first real play. But they usually stay pretty core to.
Gotcha.
This is a classic bourbon, and it is very good, and I like that. So this is something a little unique. So jump into the nose here.
Go ahead.
You can smell the cognac barrel like right off the nose. It's much lighter. There's like a light kind of grapey citrus note on the top end of it. It's not overwhelming, but I'm gonna say it rather than when you usually say that it's like 5%. This is at like 15-20.
Yeah,
it's eating up a little bit more of the smell. I
get a slight in there, and I get this sometimes off of stuff. Bananas a little bit.
I get bananas. You're still getting. I always forget. I have some of the standard ones just because I assume everyone knows that.
Right.
But there is like a butterscotchy kind of smell in there. I'm gonna go butterscotch more than molasses for me.
Yeah. I would call it. Yeah, it's a. I'm not always good at describing, but what I call a lighter sweetness. It's not not like it's like. The difference between light brown sugar as opposed to like dark brown sugar, that type of thing. When I say lightness, that it's.
And the corn they use for this, if you haven't seen the other episode I did about this, is it's a Wisconsin red corn that was developed by UW-Madison back in 1938, and they got the okay to use that. So that is kind of the basis for a lot of their stuff, which I like. Yeah, but I think it does take it down a different tier than kind of that classic bourbon smell, just right.
No, it definitely does. It gives you something different than you would get off of the nose of aged completely in just new oak barrels.
And you get the richness, but I was going to say that's just that light flavor is kind of like laying over the top of it.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
All right, then. I know the excitement.
Time for the taste.
Wow, the oak comes out like halfway through. I'm in the middle of this dancing thing going on in the front. Like, I'm getting the flavors. They're light.
Right.
They're exciting. Like a citrus, some other stuff going on in there. And then all of a sudden it's like, and not overpowering, it's like, hello, the oak is in here too.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
And it just pulls it down, like, nicely. But I'm like, it just, like, came out of nowhere. It
just lightly grabs you by the haunches.
A bit. Like, just a little bit. But, I mean, it was just enough to be like, I just, like I said, I was all on this high end of flavors, and all of a sudden it like reached at me halfway through. Sorry, I'll be back.
No, it's good, and I'd say it plays a little bit for lack of a way to say it, stronger than the smell gives you. Not that the smell is weak by any means. I'm just saying what you think you're going to get out of flavors of it, I think, off of the smell. It's a little bit different as far as what the taste of it is. And that's...
Yes.
I've seen this with the one that's probably best known out there that's finished in cognac is the Joseph Magnus, and I've had that before.
I didn't have that. Yeah,
nice. It reminds me of that, but the Joseph Magnus to me is a little bit more aggressive. I mean, it really kind of,
from what I heard,
it punches you in the gut to where it's really kind of almost overpowering in that, like where the oak or I don't have enough cognac to be able to have those notes or know those notes enough.
I don't want to admit it, but neither have I.
Yeah.
But still, you can tell the flavor profile changes dramatically.
It gives it it makes that, maybe it's from the cognac barrels or whatever, but there's more wood in the flavor than you would think. And like I said, it's there, but it's not overpowering the flavor. It's not killing the flavor. There's still lots of other notes
and I'd say the mid-range is definitely bold. Like, it starts out light, and then it raises up, where you're getting more flavors, more like intense flavors, and then it calmly seeps away.
Right.
Where you're not getting as much of like the barrel notes, like tannins grabbing at you, like they are almost like pulled out of it somehow.
But I'd still say after a couple sips that the nose, what you get in the smell is still there. I mean, it's not like it's completely gone. No, it's still, yeah. Because it's like my third sip now, and it's like kind of that. Bananas may be the wrong thing to use, because I know some people would they're gonna go, oh, bananas, because that could be one of those flavors.
What about like more of like, are you getting like a young banana or an old more? I'm getting more ripe banana.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
More down the ripe side of banana.
Yeah.
And like a citrusy orange. Definitely a citrusy orange that is in there as well too. These are some really nice flavors.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is another one where if I keep drinking, could be an issue. But the nice thing is that there's some medium range bold flavors coming out, and I don't have to hunt.
No.
Like, it's just like calmly coming to me, and you're like, what is it? What else is in there? It's this.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab the Cask strength.
Ooh, okay.
7-year, and we'll give a little side by side for 2 seconds. So
that works
hold
for
on.
me.
And this is just, I mean, obviously it's gonna be the wood flavors and everything.
Well, sure.
Bolder and stuff, but just to get kind of that baseline comparison versus the finish comparison.
Where's their bourbon at versus where, straight up bourbon at versus when you're going ahead and you're aging it in cognac or finishing it in cognac, that can be.
And look at that.
Yeah. He hasn't enjoyed it at all. It's just,
This is getting too close to the bottom, and I can't find another one. So release another set, guys. Come on. I know I'm asking a lot and all, but I think it's coming up soon.
Right.
So I just wanted to be sure. I need to get a little splash of the Bellefontaine. Do you need some?
I'm good.
You got some?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to get greedy.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You have dinner coming up. It's okay. Hold on.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference in the nose.
Mm-hmm.
You actually probably have, for me anyway, what's coming forward more is a little bit in the nose on the 7-year is probably, and that shouldn't be surprising, but it's a little bit more of the barrel notes or the wood notes coming forward on the nose.
Definitely.
It's definitely.
I'm almost getting a little bit of more spice, or it's not more. It seems more intense.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
Like there's not more of it. It's just like the spike is higher.
There's not as much on the nose for the 7-year. There's not as much of the sweetness that comes forward in what's aged in the cognac. So
I'm getting way more bold peppery notes.
Out of which one?
The 7-year.
Okay.
Bold peppery notes, kind of early, lingering on. The wood notes are more intense for me.
Right.
I like it. I'm not turning that down.
No.
I also think it's probably at 51. I think we're talking about being 10 points higher. About 9, whatever. 10 points is fair enough for me. But neither one of them, to me, seem to have a lot of alcohol punch. It's a lot of flavor through it.
It's a lot of flavor in both of them. Yeah, but there's definitely... It's interesting because, for me, the nose on the 5-year aged in cognac comes across sweeter, but then in the flavor isn't quite as much. Yet the nose on the 7-year comes across as not quite as sweet, like I said, much more barrel forward, and then it's a bit more classic bourbon sweetness and everything in it. So it's interesting how it kind of that interplay and how they change a little bit between the two of them. But both are very good.
And like I was talking about alcohol content, dare I say, I'm not gonna say smooth because the 7-year isn't like it does grab you, and if you're not used to cask strength, maybe it takes you more. But I enjoy that. Even being gone for a week, I can tell. I still like being slapped. Just titch.
Now, what to me smooth is that there's not. I don't want to say it this way. Not that there's not character, but that it's subdued. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. It's a little more subdued, so it's a matter of, if you're looking for something that's smooth, it's not... Once again, I don't want to offend anybody out there, but it's like, it's not as challenging. And I think that's what sometimes, you want... it depends on what you're going for. If you're going for something that has a lot of elements and will have something different every time you pick it up, you probably don't want to pick up something that's smooth, because that's meant to be something that's an easy drinker.
Continuously the same.
Right.
And
And also meant for a lot of palates, as opposed to some stuff, when you get into some of these barrel strength and things like that, that it's to where it's, certain people will like it, certain people won't, because you're getting, it's some different stuff in there. So.
Yeah. And the 7-year, the wood is more prevalent. Like, I'm getting other flavors. A little banana, baking spices, but it's the barrel. It's the barrel on the 7-year that is.
Right.
I almost want to call it the star.
Gotcha. Okay.
What's going on there? The wood is almost playing a heavy hand in it. And I'm enjoying it.
Oh no, it's definitely, it's not too. There's still enough other flavors there. I guess that's why I'd say for me, because if it's just straight up the barrel notes and the wood notes, it'll lose me as far as that's not my favorite thing in a whiskey. I like it to be there, but I don't want it to be the only thing that's there.
Yes.
I think sometimes that if I really truly want wood or smoky notes, well then that's what I'm going, we'll pull out the scotch and let's, have some peat. But where if I'm sitting down to drink a bourbon or something like that, I'm wanting that sweet. I'm not fine with the wood notes, but I want the sweetness.
Still want some sweetness.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
You want to have a little bit of the corn rolling in to kind of to brighten up what's going on in it. Now, going back to the Bellefontaine, which I like the name. That is an unexpected name for me. That's all. It's a lot lighter and brighter, friendlier of a whiskey, And some of I get barrel note in it. That doesn't start coming into like the bottom 2/3 or bottom third of the drink, where it starts to pull in at the end, and you start to feel the tannins. Now, I am really surprised how much of an effect the barrel had on this. I mean, I shouldn't be, because sherries, and it's just I guess I don't have enough cognac to know that it should have that much of an overlaying finish.
Right.
I thought it might be a lot lighter.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking it would happen to be, and it tends to be. It actually, even though it's overlaying a light finish, or with light finishing notes, it's still very impressive.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, and it's also, you know, like I was talking earlier, it's really hard to find. I wouldn't say hard to find, but there aren't as many cognac finished, you know, really anything out there. But I mean, definitely not a lot of cognac finished bourbons or whiskeys in general. So it's a tougher one to find out there. And, you know, so that's you don't have as many things to compare it to, I guess.
No, but I am like I was always pleased with what they do. This was was very. It's one I can easily see. How about this? I see probably the standard 5/7-year-old, because I haven't had the 5-year-old or the 5-year-old cask strength in a while, as more of my winter drink.
Okay.
And I would see this as more of my easier summer drink. That is, I don't want to call it challenging, but complex.
Yeah. No,
it's something I can have when it's nice out and it's complex. I'm getting a lot of flavors, but but what I liked about it is they come to me.
Right.
I'm not hunting them out and looking for them. New ones are just popping up nicely.
Right.
Organically.
Yeah, there you go. Organically, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, which is, you know, it's nice to find a whiskey that'll do that. That there's something something new and different in it every time you taste it. So, you know, or it's a different, you know, maybe you've already tasted that, but it's a little bit of a new adventure every time you pick it up. So that's, I don't know. I tend to like those, because that, you know, that means it's not boring. It's not the same thing, and, you know, and it's something you can sit down with. You know, you can have somebody else over who's, you know, who likes their whiskey, or at least is, you know, maybe getting into it a little bit, and you can have them try it, and then, you know, see what they find in it, which, you know, is
hopefully
fun.
That, like, it's one of those ones that's like pop.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what was that like? I haven't had anything like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You get that look on your face, like, I had that look too.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm much calmer about it right now.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm glad to see it in your face.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think we got a cheers to J. Henry and Sons.
Absolutely.
And how about one more to Nancy Fraley?
Oh, absolutely.
We're not going to let her out of this one. That was another very nice finish. I'm looking forward to the one, because they this year, I think it's this year, they're supposed to be releasing the one that they worked with in Driftless Glen.
Ooh.
Or I know she was working with one in Driftless Glen, and I'm waiting to find out when that one drops, because I might make a trip out there. I mean, it is a hike from where I'm at. I'm in Green Bay. It's worth the trip.
Yeah.
It's hard to argue when the Galladays travel like 4 hours every Saturday to wherever they're going to.
Yeah, true.
Stuff. You're like,
true.
I guess I'm a little lazy.
And no, it's just that, you know, trust me, Texas is huge. I used to live there. It's massive. So yeah, any trip usually takes you at best 2 hours. Your best day is 2 hours, but it's usually about 4 hours, especially to some of the good distilleries that are down there. So
well, but like I was saying, I'm really pleased with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So remember, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
And like it if you liked what you saw.
Thumbs up.
Little thumbs up.
Yeah.
Press a button.
Yeah.
Do a couple things like that, and everyone here will be happy. So, till the next time I see you, from my den to yours, remember, it's not the size of the den. It's the love of the whiskey. Cheers.